Hello everyone, welcome to Southern Wreaths. Today's video I'm really excited about. I found this squirrel ribbon and I have been searching for a little squirrel to add to a wreath since I found that ribbon. These are the supplies I'm going to use. I did take this old beat up evergreen wreath outside and I spritzed it with white spray paint, and I'm just going to take sticks, like pieces or branches, I guess that would be called, of this to fill my grapevine wreath. It was headed for the trash, so I was like, why not use it? I'm going to start by making my bow. I always like to make my bow first, just so I know what sections of the grapevine wreath need to be covered. I'm probably doing about 5-inch loops. And I'm using this red for the base because there were red berries in the squirrel ribbon. I'm going to do 2 loops on each side of the red. Now I get to add my squirrel ribbon. And those are probably 4.5-inch loops. Yeah, I just fell in love with this ribbon. I thought it was so cute. And I just searched and searched and searched for a squirrel to match. And all the ones I would find weren't brown. They were either white or gray. And I really wanted a brown squirrel to match. And I can't even remember where I got the squirrel from now, but I was so happy when I found it. I do 3 loops on each side of this ribbon, and then I like to add 1 extra in the center just to make the center of the bow. And then I'll put a zip tie around it, pull it. It's not all the way tightened, but it's to where it's not going to move anywhere. And then I'll add my pipe cleaner. And I still haven't tightened the zip tie yet because I want to position my ribbon where I want it to go. I am trimming away the excess ribbon because I have long pieces to keep it there. But I'm going to go back and add in some tails. So this red ribbon was simple. I just used whatever was left. And it was pretty much the perfect length. And the squirrel ribbon, I wanted it to be slightly shorter. So I cut it maybe 2 inches shorter. But I wanted the squirrels to go in the same direction. So I am cutting it at half. I'm not sure why I dovetailed it to cut it in half, but it all worked out in the end. So now I have my squirrels facing the same way. And you won't see all of this once it's behind the bow. So you won't be able to tell that it's not one solid piece. And I like to feed the pipe cleaners through the actual grapevine wreath. I like to find holes. And then I'll attach it that way. It just feels secure to me. And I don't like going around the grapevine wreath, just because I feel like it shifts to the left and right sometimes. The bow will. Now this is a pick I've actually used in a previous video that I got from the Christmas store. And I love it. It's got a little bit of glitter in it, and it's lighter towards the top. It goes to almost white. And I just tear it apart. It was super simple to tear apart. And I'm just using some Gorilla Glue hot glue sticks. I found these work pretty good. I used to use the Walmart kind that they had. I think it was a blue and white bag. But those didn't seem to hold as good as this does. Now this is the evergreen wreath that I cut up after I spray painted it. I let it dry and then I cut it into pieces. I really like the contrast of the different greens and whites. It makes it a little more natural. And I like to put the evergreen, or if I'm using flowers, I like to put it all the way around the bow. Just in case when you have it hanging on the door, you get to see all sides. You know, if you're standing and holding your door open and you look over, you don't want to see, something bare. I just like to feel it. These are some picks I picked up at Dollar Tree. I was kind of amazed at how good the pine cones looked. They have this really pretty white on them. And then the great thing about everything being wired is as you're sticking them in, you can turn the tips of the of anything pretty much, but of these pine cones, and make them stick up or out or left or right. I like the berries and the little, what is that, cotton? I loved it all. I thought it was a really pretty pick. And I like the white of the cotton because it brought out the white in the squirrel ribbon. Just a little pop of white. I like grapevine wreaths. I don't feel like they're the thing I'm good at. I do like doing them, so I will make them just because I like to make them. I'm hoping the more I do it, the better they'll get. And I had this holly bush that I just cut up, and I'm just sticking this in random places. I know they sell this at Dollar Tree. I don't think I got this at Dollar Tree though. I'm not sure where I got it. But I cut it into pieces just so I can add little pieces here and there. Okay, so with my squirrel. It took me a very long time to attach the squirrel to my grapevine wreath. I originally added the pipe cleaners, which you'll see here. I'm stapling the pipe cleaners to the bottom, and I do put glue over that. And once I attached him, he wasn't secure. I didn't feel comfortable with the way he was sitting on the grapevine wreath. So once I get all of the pipe cleaners fed through and attached to each other, I tried so many different things. I ended up stuffing things underneath him to have him stand up more. I didn't want him to lean back too far and you see the white, but I didn't want him to come forward like he's sitting right here. So it took me a little while. I worked on him for a long time. But I'll show you what I ended up doing. And that way, hopefully, if you decide to do something like that with a little critter, you won't have to work as hard. So you can see there where I put all kinds of stuff underneath him. But this is how I put the pipe cleaners through, and I twisted them around the thing. So this is a stem from one of the flower picks. And I am sticking it through him and then like weaving it into the grapevine wreath. I do this in 2 or 3 places. I can't remember exactly how many places I did this at, but this made it more secure. And I'll trim off the part that's sticking out of his back, and I'll hot glue that. You won't see it, it's on the back. And then to get him to sit exactly where I want it, I keep adding stuff under him, which I had planned on doing anyway because of the pipe cleaners. But that's it. That's what it ended up looking like. I was okay with it at the end. It wasn't my favorite grapevine wreath I've ever done, but if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, or you can email me at craftingwithlee@yahoo.com. Thanks so much for watching, and if y'all learned anything or liked my video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.